back and forward. Good job, hit it. You do it again. And. Okay, here we go. Ready? Ready, go back, forward. Yeah, good job. Can you say hi to the video? Say hi, camera.
Hi.
Hi, people. All right, swing your club. Hey, guys. Back at the golf course again. Today I thought I'd start a new series of sessions that talk about course management. And today I'm just going to do a few course management off the tee and explain why course management is something that's very important. The last video that I put up was my dad talking about slight fades and slight draws. Putting the tee on the ball on the tee here. One thing we talked about is when you want to hit a slight fade, you're not changing anything in your stance or shoulders or anything. It's just the club face when you're coming down on your swing, and it's the heel of the club is just a little bit ahead of the toe of the club when you meet the ball, which causes that little slide, little fade off the tee, and then also your draws when the toe of the club is a little bit ahead of the heel of the club, and you come down at the ball, which causes the ball to spin the opposite direction, causing a little draw. What we look at when we look at course management is when to use these type of shots. Now, of course, we can learn how to use these type of shots, and when not to use them. A hole like this is hole 10, if you remember. It's just straight away. When I look at course management off the tee, I really don't want to always just take a driver off of the par 4s. Par 4s are all different yardages, and what you really want to do is get yourself to a comfortable distance with your approach shot into the green. And it's not only par 4s, you got your par 5s. When can you position yourself to go for it in 2, or do you want to lay up and give yourself a comfortable distance for your third shot? On your par 3s, depending where the flag stick is at, do you want to attack the flag? Do you want to just hit it in the middle of the green? Exactly where you play your ball. Now on this par 4, if you remember, it's a dogleg right. And what I want to do is I want to play my ball to a distance up there so I can have what I like to have in is a pitching wedge or a sand wedge. And I want to give myself a full swing into it instead of getting myself a spot where I'm in between clubs and having to struggle with a half a swing or a really hard swing. I really want a comfortable swing into the green. So what I've done is I've chosen a club that will give me, it's an iron as you can see, it will give me a comfortable distance after I hit this. If I do hit a good tee shot, that'll give me a comfortable distance into the green where I can take a full swing into the green and not have to worry about being in between clubs. And so it's important to look at your yardages from your par 4s when you are planning on what to do on each hole. So I've taken an iron that I know that'll give me a distance into the green, that'll give me a pitching wedge into the green. And one thing my dad talked about was learning to fade the ball, and also a little bit of learning to draw the ball too. This is a hole where if you wanted to, you'd rather take a fade into the hole off your tee than a draw. One reason I look at this hole is why I wouldn't want to draw myself is for my swing, I mean, other people may be able to draw the ball, but I have a hard time creating a draw, and I'm still working on it. The shots my dad showed in the last video are shots that need to be practiced on the driving range so you can get used to how to do it. And I usually take a straightaway shot on this hole. But if I was to play any of those type of shots of working the ball left or right, I would try and fade the ball. I'd start a little left and come back into the fairway. And one reason is it's a dog leg right. In doing so, I can hit a club that I'm comfortable with, that I know will get me into the middle of the fairway. If I was to draw the ball, I would aim a little right at these trees and draw the ball back. But with my swing, if I wasn't able to draw the ball, I put myself in danger of not flying the trees and having to drop the ball or re-tee even from here, hitting 3. So I've taken a club out. I'm just going to take a straightaway club here and get myself positioned for my second shot. And this is one thing you need to look at in your course management, is how far is the distance of the par 4, par 3, or par 5. What club you want to take off of the tee box that'll give you a comfortable distance into the green with a full swing. Something that you're very comfortable with. If you're comfortable with a 7-iron, play up to that distance. That will be your 7-iron. Comfortable with your pitching wedge, if you can, hit a long enough shot that'll get you to the pitching wedge. Also knowing when to play shots. I've played stingers before. I've played draws and fades. You got to know when to play those. When do you play your draws? When do you play your fades? And on a dogleg right like this, if I was to play a shot working the ball, I would want to work it left to right. Now, others, I know if they're really comfortable with drawing the ball, they may want to play a draw here because they know they can draw it back over those trees. But with my swing, knowing my own swing, I wouldn't want to do that because I know I'm not the best at drawing the ball, and I could seriously get into some trouble here if I don't end up drawing, you know. And then sometimes I might even start with my shoulders and block it left and pull the ball out left. So I take a comfortable club looking at it and get myself to play up there. So why don't we go ahead and hit the shot, and we'll go from there. All right, so I just took a shot up there, just hit it straight. For my game, I usually tend to hit a straight ball. Just played it up there to where hopefully it puts me in the position that I thought it was if I did my math correctly. One thing my dad would tell you to do is play the hole backwards, and I'm sure he will explain more about this, but you play it backwards so you know your shots, where you're going to hit from. Where I want to hit from up there is my pitching wedge distance, 135 to 140, and so that's what I did. Hit my ball up there with an iron that'll get me far enough off the tee box to that 135 distance. All right, so we're on the 17th hole here. I chose this hole. It'll be a good explanation of what course management is. Now, I'm usually not the smartest player on this hole. I usually take a driver out, and where I'm standing, I have 350 yards to the hole. And I usually take a driver out over this left side of these trees up here. And there's a couple reasons why that's not smart. If I end up pulling it, I'm going to have to re-tee it up. Another reason it's not smart is it leaves me about 50 yards in on my approach shot. Now, I played this hole yesterday. I hit the ball perfect right over these trees, and one reason why that wasn't so smart is it left me with really a flop shot over the bunker. Very difficult shot. I didn't end up executing it all that well, and I ended up having to chip again. So taking a driver on this hole, even though I do it quite often, is not smart. Now, standing here at 350 yards, what I want to do is hit it about 220 yards. And that'll get me to about 130 in, maybe 215 is what I want to play off the tee, and that'll give me my pitching wedge into the green. When we talk about course management, this is why it's smart. If you can place your ball where you want to with your second shot into the green, you'll be able to manage your score a little bit better. Taking a driver off the tee isn't always the smartest thing to do, because that's going to be one way you might screw up, and your score could suffer because of it. So course management is very important. Here, 215 yards off this tee, I think I'll just take, I got a little wind against me, so I got to take that into effect. I think I'm going to take just a 4-iron off the tee here, and I'm going to try and play a little draw here, because as you can see, a draw would work on this hole. Drawing it over into the fairway, just playing that little draw, which my dad talked about, getting that toe a little head of the heel at impact, so I can cause the spin on the ball just to play a little draw. So I'm going to aim a little right and play a little draw here. It kind of suits the look of the hole, and then that should put me in a good position to go in to attack the green with a pitching wedge, a full swing. Course management, of course, starts from the tee box. You know, you have to hit your shot from the tee box, and you have 18 shots off the tee box in your day, unless you have to, you know, redo your shot off the tee. But you should only have 18 shots off the tee, so plan ahead off these shots so you can play the correct shot to give yourself a good distance into the green to play a club you feel comfortable playing, instead of just taking a driver here and having to play an uncomfortable chip shot that I don't practice too often into the green. So we're going to take the 4-iron out. We're going to go ahead and hit it up there and play this hole. All right, so playing a draw there. I aimed at the, there's a cart path on the right, and I just aimed at that. Tried visualizing myself getting that toe ahead and feeling it, just to create that little spin and that draw. Let's go up there and check how it turned out. All right, so actually it's worked out pretty good. I sit here 134 yards in. Kind of on the left side of the fairway here. Started out, you know, middle right, and just a little draw back into the left side of the fairway here, middle left, I would say. 134 yards in, not too bad. So yeah, course management is pretty important. You know, I talked about me taking a driver on this hole. Usually driver would put me up, you know, at the end of the fairway, and I would have a very uncomfortable shot. I don't know why I do this a lot, but I do have about a 50-yard shot in or 40-yard shot in with a, you know, sand wedge, lob wedge, whatever, and just try and get it close. Where here I can take a full club in and get it really close to the hole, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to take my pitching wedge out. Like I said, I planned on wanting to have a pitching wedge in. I have a pitching wedge in. I'm going to take that out and hit it up to the green, and we'll see how it turns out from here. All right, well, turned out all right. I mean, I have a putt at a birdie, 25, maybe 30 feet putt, 30-foot putt here. But we're gonna go ahead and finish this up. I'm gonna putt this and try and get my birdie, and we'll call it a day. Course management, as you can see, is very important in your golf game. It'll help you manage your ball around the course, and you can plan on your shots, executing your shots how you need to have your approach shots to help you hit fairways and hit greens, and to give yourself a better chance at shooting a better score. So let's finish the 2 putts out here, or hopefully 1 putt, and then we'll call it a day. Thanks for watching. If you have any more questions, anything, let us know. Play smart and you'll play better. Thanks for watching. Just missed. Yeah. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy. Here you go. Go get it. There we go. Thanks for watching. Here you go.